I'm Rachel.
I'm Daniel.
And this is our presentation on segregation and discrimination.
Yay.
One of the earliest and most prominent cases of segregation and discrimination was Plessy versus Ferguson. This court case was heard in 1896, and the court agreed that separate but equal did not violate the 14th Amendment under the Equal Protection Clause as long as both facilities for the African Americans and the whites were essentially equal. This also set a precedent for Brown versus Board. Brown versus the Board of Education is one of the other most prominent cases. This case was heard in 1954, and the court agreed that separate but not equal did violate the 14th Amendment because those facilities were not equal at all.
The third case was Mendez versus Westminster and was heard in 1947 in Orange County, California. And it was solely about Mexican segregation and Mexican schools, which was found unconstitutional under the 14th Amendment because of the Equal Protection Clause, which then made California the first state to desegregate its schools. Courts today. The changes from the courts in 1896 to now is from complete discrimination and segregation in buildings and school systems everywhere in the country to widespread abolishment of segregation and discrimination in the country.
This has been a positive evolution for minorities, giving them a better chance of creating a better life for themselves in the country.
Racism and neo-Nazism still plague the country and has been seen in the riots for and against our current president.
And although the majority agree with desegregation and there are no oppositions to desegregation, there is still a lot of hostility towards our minority groups as exhibited through the racism and neo-Nazism and the riots that have come from it. However, we are still struggling and trying very hard to work towards a group agreement that everyone should be treated equally. Okay, Plessy versus Ferguson is one of the most prominent earlier cases. It took place in 1896, and it was basically stating that separate but equal did not, there we go again.
Oh.
3, 2, 1, go.
The third case was Mendez versus Westminster. Hold on. What do you mean? What'd you do?
Because I was like,
No, it's fine. I didn't notice it.
Well, here, let's just watch it. Get lit, boys!